He said, well, I just wanted to let you know, Mr. Judge, that we did do the best that we could. And we did manage to save both of your legs. But I'm afraid with the severity of the injuries that you've sustained, there is a chance that you may never walk again. So taking the statement apart, you may never walk again. And I immediately thought, oh, so I may. So there's a chance. Give me that chance and I'll show you what I can do. Just give me some time. Just let me survive first, but then let me fight. Let me fight to prove you wrong, that I will stand again. I will walk again.
When you were told you might never walk again,
yeah,
what happened to your identity before your body even had the chance to heal?
That's a good question. What happened to my identity? I think it diminished. I was very much not me. The hesitations are coming because I'm thinking, quite deep about exactly how I felt, and I felt I was a mess. I'd been involved in a near fatal car accident. I'd been mercy dashed all the way to hospital. I'd been through the emergency ward. They literally had to save my life, and then they rushed me into the theatre to save my life, to save my legs, and see what they could do. And the operation lasted about 8.5 hours. And when I came out, I was feeling extremely terrible, groggy, disorientated, in so much pain. And it was around that time when the surgeons were doing the rounds, and he came over to me and said, how are you feeling? And I repeated what I just said now. He said, well, I just wanted to let you know, Mr. Judge, that we did do the best that we could. And we did manage to save both of your legs. But I'm afraid with the severity of the injuries that you've sustained, there is a chance that you may never walk again. And that, affects your identity. When somebody tells you what you can and can't, nobody likes being told what to do, especially when it's a negative thing. So when somebody told me that I may never walk again, it's something that we all take for granted. And that hit me hard. It hit me. I think there's two ways that I saw it then, though, because it could be like a fight or flight. And I could have just rolled over in bed and gone, okay, I guess I'll never walk again. That's it. Game over. And you're talking about identity, and I think this is what kicked in for me. I felt really angry. I felt really angry at that moment in time, at that point, for somebody to say something like that. They didn't know who I was. To me, I was just a number to them, and they were making the statement. And the fact that, taking the statement apart, you may never walk again. And I immediately thought, oh, so I may. So there's a chance. Give me that chance and I'll show you what I can do. Just give me some time. Just let me survive first. Give me some air, give me some food, give me some water, give me some rest. I need some rest. But then let me fight. Let me fight to prove you wrong, that I will stand again, I will walk again, and I will take that trip. So I think the identity was all over the place for me. Initially thinking, failure, this is it, this is out. And then immediately something inside me going, no, and it's not yet. Not yet. Let's have a bit of denial here. Let's have a little bit of anger. Let's have a bit of pushing yourself forward. Rest if you must, but, don't quit. So my identity was a little bit all over the place, but able to pick it up and then move forward with it was essential for me.
I think what's interesting about that answer is you had to rebuild immediately the mental strength. You had to go mental before you got to physical.
Yeah.
And there's always that initial mentality where you return to who you truly are immediately. You return to who you always have been, which is, oh, you're going to tell me I can't do something? I'm definitely going to figure out a way to do that. That had to be how you were your whole life.
Yeah.
And then that's the first thing you heard, which is the mind of an entrepreneur. So many people listening to this understand that mentality. Tell me not to do something and I'm ready to do it. But that also sometimes helps with the mental strength and foundation that you were getting ready to go on a extremely arduous, challenging journey to be able to make the May a win, not a loss. And I imagine that mental strength and that foundation was really the key to the physical once you got to the physical.
Yeah, it's knowing why you want to do these things. We're talking about high performance, and a lot of people will generally say, to get to high performance, how do you keep going? How do you stay motivated? How do you be inspired every single day, etc.? And there's many answers, but one of them is knowing your why, knowing why you're doing this in the first place, because there will be dark days. There will be times when you're not motivated and you don't want to do it anymore. And you think this is a crazy idea. I don't even know why I started this. But then if you can remember your why, when you feel like quitting, remember why you started, that will keep you going. And for me, survival, health, They've got to be paramount. If they're not paramount in your life, then there's something wrong with you, seriously. So survival, health is really important to me. I really wanted to survive. I really wanted to get better. I really wanted to get out of hospital. I wanted to get out of that hospital bed. I really wanted to stand again. I really wanted to walk again. These things are all health, survival things that I really wanted. So that was my why. And that kept me going for years. My rehabilitation took me years. And there was so much pain that I went through, and physio. And anybody who's done physio knows that it's the most boring, painful, monotonous thing ever. And you have to do it 3 times a day or whatever the physio tells you to. And at one point, I was doing 21 different physio exercises, upper body, lower body, legs, all sorts of things. And I was still asking, what more can I do? Because this is my body, this is my journey. I wanted to get to the point of, my goal was to get back to normal. And I later on found out that there is no such thing as normal. But that's what my goal was to get back to some kind of normality. And so I was saying, what more do I need to do? I'm exhausted, I'm in pain, I'm bored, but geez, no, this is the trip that I'm doing. So let me do it. And knowing my why pushed me all the way through that.
Yeah, isn't one of the hardest things in life when we have a change in what we thought the expectation was going to be? So we had an expectation of who we were going to be, what it was going to look like, what this timeline. How old were you? Give me the age again when this happened to you.
28.
Okay, so you're 28 years old, you're beginning your adulthood, and you're really getting into the mix. Now, if you looked back to 38, everything from 28 to 38 just changed
Yeah.
immediately in that moment. And when our expectations are changed, when we have an expectation and an outcome that we put in our own brains and it doesn't go the way that we expect, so many people are struggling with that one choice, that one thing, like going into the expectation of 28 to 38. This is who I'm going to be, what it's going to look like. My life is going to be like this. And now you're focusing on the action step of the physical therapy, of
Mm.
walking again. You went down to fundamentals, something you never thought. That's got to be one of the most challenging things. And I think everybody goes through that today.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. There's a certain naivety. It can be good. It can be bad. I was pretty naive, and I always said that was a good thing. That I didn't really know where I was going on this journey. I just did what I was told. The physios told me to do something. I did it. A bit like Forrest Gump, when he's assembling the rifle and he's playing ping pong, tennis, and stuff like that. People told him what to do. He just did it, and I love that. So I was very much like that. A little bit of ignorance, a little bit of bliss. Thinking I will stand again. I will walk again. What do I have to do? What do I have to do? What do I have to do? And I think I took that throughout my journey, but it's about having the right people to tell you what to do. And I call them your golden gang, knowing the people who are around you that you love, you trust, you respect. If you've got the right people, you will do the right things. I'm now blending over from rehabilitation, being in hospital, to being an elite athlete, and even over to now running a business, having the right people around me there, my mastermind group, my business coach, my accountant, my website guy. All these people are telling me what to do. I don't know what to do. Geez, you talk about going out into the open. I thought running a business would be a lot easier than it is. I've been doing it for over 10 years now, and I'm not out of the woods yet. It's a grind every day, week, month, year. But I've got the right people around me that are helping me to get to that next level, to get to that high performance. And I'm listening to them and I'm doing it and I'm not giving in. I'm like a dog with a bone. And this is what you need to do to achieve things. It's longevity. A lot of this is longevity. Doing the physio in the hospital was longevity. I would have quit after a month if I didn't have that longevity to keep going. And as an elite athlete, eventually to cross the finish line. All of it is just to keep going, but knowing your why, having the people around you, knowing what the ultimate goal is, these things keep you going. And it's about reminding yourself all the time of what is it? What are we doing? Where are we going on this journey? And once you remind yourself, you go, oh, yes, it will be good. It will be good in the end. Let's just keep going, keep going.
I think one of the hardest parts, you talk about business, it's any team in general. When you're leading, when you're the leader, it's your job to set the vision and the tone for the entire team. And I think what happens to all leaders in all business and all walks of life, whether you're working to be a world champion athlete or you're just working to walk again, or you're running a business, you
Yeah.
are one of those. You're one of those individuals that has to lead even when it's difficult,
Yeah.
even when like everything is going against you, or the team feels like, hey, this might not be the direction, or maybe we should abort this mission, or whatever it may be. Oh, your injury just impacted you. Maybe you should stop and not go forward with this next competition. Like, these are things that you have to set that vision and really lead. And I find that to be one of the quintessential most important things that you can do, is to hold that vision and that line so that you know what you're working towards. And everybody else, if you lead them, they'll follow you. And but it's probably one of the hardest things to do when stuff hits the fan, when things are tough. So YouTube has this cool feature where they pick the next video for you, and it's right here on this screen. So I hope you enjoy this next video.